For years, those in City Hall have only helped those who can help them. But on January 1st, we will usher in a city government. Hello, everyone. It is a blessed day. You hear me? It is a blessed day. My God is awesome. I told y'all, my God is awesome. He finna shut this administration down. We just got to keep this momentum going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Blue, 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 blue. Just keep it going. And I ain't talking about no blue lives. I'm talking about blue, blue, blue state. You know what I'm saying? Not a fan of blue lives because they still killing me and my people on the street. So forget them. Anyway, it's a blessed day today, you guys. Let's start off on a positive note. I got me some fully cooked sushi. Let's turn this camera around real fast. And there we have it. Fully cooked sushi. I got it from Winn-Dixie. Hold up, give me a minute. Let me open it up. Oh my goodness, fully cooked. And my youngest daughter, she's a fan of sushi. She loves her some sushi. But there we go. But yeah, you guys, we got out and voted. We done, y'all done what y'all supposed to have done. And we thank you. God put it in your heart and your mind. And the thing about it, it should not have take the Latino community to jump aboard. They supposed to been aboard. They supposed to not have let this man get in. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to put the blame on him because a lot of blacks did not vote. These, you know, we got a bunch of idiots in our part, in the black community. They love to say our vote don't count. It just showed you. It just showed our vote count. We shut this man down. So I don't want to hear nobody say it, never no more, our vote don't count. That's a damn lie. Our vote do count. Now, D.L. Hughley, Roland Martin, Joy Reid, you know what I'm saying? And everybody else, Abby Phillips, everybody else, I can't name all the names or whatever. You know, I'm just naming the people that I watch all the time. You know, Morning Joe and all you guys, you know what I'm saying? At one time I kind of paused with watching him, but, you know, I went back to watching him because he's always pretty much speaks right and he have people on there. But the names that I just named and many, many more, we got to get people to vote. Continue to say it. Say it every day. Don't stop saying it. Just say it every day, 360 degrees. Say it every day. We got to get out and vote. You know what I'm saying? We have to. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened. It showed. It works. Voting works. Our votes count. I used to think like that. And I try to tell my middle son that now. I'm like, dude, your vote do count. Nah, but I used to be like that the same way. I'm not going to say I used to be an idiot like that because I'll be calling my son that, and I'm not going to call him that. But I used to think like that. I used to be brainwashed. You want to know why I was brainwashed and listen like that? Listening to, that's why it's important to have your mother, your father, and your uncles and your aunts and everything in your life, because I was raised I was raised with, my grandmother raised me, and then when I decided to turn the opposite way in life, you know what I'm saying, I let the men of the streets kind of raise me and tell me shit. Guess what? You some stupid motherfuckers. You the first ones that told me our vote don't count. You was a fucking idiot. Excuse my language, I'm so sorry, but you are a idiot. The old men back in the day that used to tell me my vote don't count. You're stupid. You're stupid. You know what I'm saying? Our vote do count. It just proved our vote count. See what I'm saying? And it been proved our vote count when we didn't elect this guy for his second term. But some kind of way we let him slip right on in because you had a bunch of stupid people don't want to vote because, oh, black people voting this way, I'm going to vote this way. You know what I'm saying? That's idiotic. That's why it's bringing pain to a lot of you guys right now, because that y'all made a choice of voting for racism. Your vote, when you voted, you went in there and your mindset was racist. You was thinking racist. You know what I'm saying? It might wasn't in no ill will turn of racist, but it was racist like, I ain't voting because black people voting this way. I'm going to vote this way. That's the type I'm talking about, the racism or whatever. You know, and then you still had people actually voting, college people and everything, still voting for the Republican side. Because you want to know why? Their parents take care of them. And you know what I'm saying? So their parents done stole so much land or whatever. So now they be like, well, I'm gonna vote this way regardless. I don't care if it hurts my family or whatever. You got people think like that. You got black people think like that. You have black people think like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it hurts my family or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They ought to do this and do that. Yeah, but we're gonna we're gonna do the stats today. When I get a chance, I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna post it live on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to let it be known because our vote count. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let no stupid idiot that is in the streets doing illegal shit. You know what I'm saying? Because those the ones that told me my vote don't count. I can speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? I had idiots in the street tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Your vote don't count anyway. What's the need of voting? You know what I'm saying? But that was an idiot, and I'm calling it out right now. All right, let's start on our sushi. Now this is fully cooked sushi from Winn-Dixie. Boy, I was so glad when I seen it, and it was $12.95. I was like, man, I'm getting that. You know what I'm saying? It's cooked. My first time eating cooked sushi, I was in Athens, Georgia. Man, they got this. I can't think of the name of it because it's been years since I've been there. They got this sushi bar there. And they cook it, or you can eat it raw. And it's right downtown, across the street from Georgia, the Georgia Bulldog Stadium and all that, you know, downtown area. Man. And I said, okay, I like this. But then when I'm with my daughter, she like to get the raw sushi. And my oldest daughter do too, but my youngest daughter, she like, this is her thing, you know. Whoop, whoop. Your vote matters. Hello to everyone that's speaking. I'm doing good. How about yourself? Oh my goodness. This is the bomb. And I threw the paper away, but it didn't had no name on what it was, unless it did and I missed it. See this one. So I was watching last night of everything coming in. All the votes, the tallies, and everything come up. Boy, when I tell you, I ain't gonna sleep till 1 o'clock. When I tell you, them MAGA clowns, boy, look here, they was like crickets. You couldn't hear nothing. Well, you know, I don't know why somebody came with that phrase, because crickets make noise. They do their little legs or whatever. But that thing was so silent, you didn't see not one Republican, because I don't watch Fox News, so that's probably why I didn't see them. So I don't watch no bullshit, fake, racist ass news, because that's what it is. So, that's good. Gotta get some water. Woo-woo. Your vote matter. You vote matter. They showing the percentage of the Latino vote. You know, now they regretting what they're doing. Now they voting right now. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there looking at TV every day, and this administration, they are so sneaky, cunning, they low down. They'll tell you and do all this AI on TV and tell you the Democrats shut the government down. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Do your research. It's common sense. Come on. Why you think they're not trying to come back? Because when they swear the lady in, she's the vote to release the Epstein's file. What they're doing, they're tampering with the Epstein's file right now as we speak. They're taking stuff out and everything. Trust me. And they know, they so slick, they know how to, page 130, let's just say page 133. it can have whoever's in the administration on there. They'll take that out and put a whole nother page 133 and add and put their own little thing, like a screenplay or whatever. Because you got to think about it. The man that's running the country now, he's an actor. That's what he do. He's an actor. So they know what to do. He been doing crooked stuff all his life. He think he's a mob boss for real. Ain't no telling he probably is. He probably got a lot of people whacked. You never know. You know. Because look what he's doing now. That man got it in him. You think that he just all of a sudden telling this drunk man to shoot the Venezuela boats? This motherfucker probably sitting down, drinking, and touching the button. Yeah, it's a go. Go, fellas. Go. Do it. Do it. You know. But my God, our God, in the name of Jesus, I'm speaking on it. They're going to get just what they deserve. Yep. They're going to get just what they deserve. And I don't want to hear the Republicans, oh, they wrong for doing them. Nope, nope, nope. They done it. They look what they're doing right now. Trump can say somebody's name, and that DOJ, that bimbo, she a doggone bring charges on somebody because he said it. You know what I'm saying? Because she's loyal to him. You know, they just like the cult back in the day. That's why, like I said, I've been to different churches, right? I've never been to a Muslim. I've been to a white church one time. They get out early to get out quick. But I went there one time and I thought about it. I said, man, they used to have church meetings back in the day to get ready to hang us or come in our house and busting our doors like the police doing now. And I'm like, man, I'm not coming back here no more. And I never went back, you know what I'm saying? It's just my preference, you know. And then when I went, me and one of my partners, I went with him. Because his grandmother, God bless her dad, she used to go there sometime because she was working for these white people in their house. So she'd go to their church sometime, you know. And I went with my homeboy or whatever. And when I went in there, and I thought about that. You know, mind now, I'm young. And I'm thinking about this. I'm like, wait a minute. They used to go to the church, have a meeting, and drag people out of the house to hang them or kill them or do whatever. You know what I'm saying to them? I said, no, I ain't coming back here. I said, because I don't know if there's somebody in here be like, Larry, let's get him. That's him right there. We want him. So, yeah, you guys. One thing, I'm just so glad. Oh, let's get this straight, too. Because I did I've done a video. You can go back and research. I've done a video, and I told people, I said, my God is going to make sure that Republicans, since they running around trying to gerrymander, redistrict and everything, Republicans, you think a lot of them Republicans agree with Trump? No. That's why the turnout went like that. They voted against him because they were like, nah, man, this man's an idiot. He messing up everything. My daughter, even though they probably have money, but they were like, man, my daughter and my grandkids, they struggling right now. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it. There you have it. I love it. And that's what's going to happen some more. Now, pay attention, you guys. I don't want to hear nobody say they did not know. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you like, follow, share, subscribe, and save. Share this video if you have to. Share it so people can see it. Watch the new administration. They're going to try to tone it down a little bit now. Because guess what? Because they want your vote. They're going to tone it down a little bit now. Just a little bit, but not much. But they're going to tone it down just a little bit. Just watch. Just like he tricked you idiots during his presidency and lied to you and lied to you and lied to you, and you fell for it. You know, some people don't have the political brain to know when someone's lying to them. Some people don't care. And then you got some people that are so stupid, they watch a certain type of news and they just leave it right there on that channel. When I was working in Texas Texas and Florida, you go in at just about every restaurant, every establishment, every hotel. Guess what? Guess what they got it on? Fox 5 News. Because those are the ones that love that hate and they believe it. You know what I'm saying? You know, they believe it. Fox News is part of is a problem right now, and no one's realizing it. These folks have to pay out $1 billion, man. These folks done got more people killed than any news there is. I guarantee it, because they spread a bunch of lies. And when you spread lies, you're going to have an idiot at home with a gun sitting at TV watching and be like, yeah, I'm going to go kill me some. Look at what just happened in Atlanta. I am so glad. I thank this man, Moms, for calling the police and saying, hey, he's going to the airport. Atlanta airport is what? I used to work at Atlanta airport. Guess what? 90% of the people working at the airport is black. So his intentions was to go there. Yeah, I'm gonna get them because it's black people here. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't tell me that ain't why he went in there, because everybody know Atlanta is the most the airport that got the most blacks working there. Come on now, everybody know that. It's common sense. So don't tell me oh, it wasn't. Yeah, it was a hate crime, but they can't charge him a hate crime because he didn't do nothing. But his intent was to do that. Yep. Woo! I put too much. Oh, man. My daughter told me one time, she said, Dad, you got to put a fraction of a hair nail, a fingernail on the sushi, the little green spice. Man, sometimes I put a little too much and more, I feel it. Opens up my signs. All right, how y'all doing? Speaking to everyone. He just turned 27. Because my oldest son is 30 years old. He don't vote either. I got to get on to him. He always make up excuses. That's where they messing up at. But like I told them, you're not thinking about your kids. You got to think about your kids in the future. This man trying to do everything to mess your kids' future up and your future up. And to sit right there and lie in your face. And then people fall for it because they love a lie. Most people love a lie. You notice that? They love a lie. I remember one time years ago, God bless the day, my grandmother was living. And my youngest sister told her, she looked up everybody dead in the face. She said, I'd rather tell a lie than tell the truth. But she do that, you know what I'm saying? And she wasn't lying, she do it for real. When she said that, and my grandma looked at her and said, no, but I know doesn't well you don't do that. I said, she do it for real. I said, Grandma, she do it. I said, I done sat and caught her lying. But you can't argue with her because she'd get mad if you try to say she was lying. Ooh, my sister, boy. But yeah, you guys got to keep on voting, keep on voting, keep on voting. Keep this same momentum. Since they want to try to stop you from voting, for every person they try to stop from voting, 100 people need to come out for them. Period, point blank. And if you in a county where you got them racists come and they ain't even got no certification to be a poll watcher, but they want to come around and hang around with guns. Black community, you better step up. You know, because I know they go in them little small little towns or areas and stuff like that. We don't play that bullshit in Fulton County. You better not come there with no gun. We don't play that. Because we got plenty of people carry guns all the time. And you better not come up there trying to think you scam people, whatever. Second Amendment's for everybody, not just y'all. You know what? Something I noticed. Hey, how's your day going? Back to you. But you know what I've noticed about the younger generation now? They think they can tell people older than what to do. I let niggas know right now. You don't tell me what to do. If I want to chill or go out or whatever, I'll do it. Don't try to make excuses trying to suggest, oh man, they're not gonna be there long or whatever. Man, fuck that. You don't tell me what to do, nigga. I'm a fucking leader. I ain't never been no follower. Anytime I done anything, I done it because I wanted to do it. I never let nobody tell me what to do. I learned that lesson. In 1988, I'll never forget. I graduated from job corps, certified concrete finishing. So they sent me to Atlanta. Bruh, we getting off work, you working and everything, you young. I'm, 19 years old, you know what I'm saying? The freaknik in Atlanta too, shit. Man, we was skipping work and everything. Then it was a dude was staying in the apartments we was staying in. And he was like, hey man, he said, hey bruh, and I seen him, I've seen them selling crack in a little town I was raised in. I've seen it, but my grandma, she was real strict, so we was on the straight and narrow. So when I kept getting in trouble, she was like, okay, we're going to send you to job corps because we don't want you to go to prison, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, I agreed to it. Everything was good. Never thought about selling drugs when I was in that little town. Soon as I get to Atlanta, and back in 1988, everybody know this for a fact, it was the Miami boys and Atlanta boys was battling because the Miami boys, instead of them selling the product to you, they came and started setting up shop in Georgia, in Atlanta. So what they'll do, they'll holler at a female, and the female will let them come on in. Or their female will get an apartment for them or somebody or whatever. It was just a whole lot going on. So it was this guy, I ain't going to say his name. So the guy, I ain't going to say neither one of the names, not even the guy that supplied us. So the guy was like, man, yeah. So back to the story. The guy was like, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm going to Bankhead, bro. When I get off work or whatever, I go straight to Bankhead. And then when I come on home, And he said, I be running out so fast, bro. Bro, when I tell you, this joker had a dime, and he was busting it down, and out of that dime, man, he made $60. I was like, wow. So $50 is what you profit off that. And we was like, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? But he was a smoker, though. He was smoking. That was I first seen somebody do a can and had the carburetor and all that shit. So he's smoking in the back seat. So asking everybody to want to try it, like, no, nigga, we don't want to try that. We just want to get to the product. So we gave him a ride and took him. Bro, when I tell you, I said, I'm just going to see how this thing works. I went and brought a big ass dime. It was from a Miami dude. He was right in Bankhead Court. I'll never forget. We went straight to Bankhead Court. And man, that motherfucker had it like that there. That's how long and the thickness of that dime. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he just gave it to us like that, but they said they was serving the product like that. That's why a lot of the bases was going to them. But anyway, first time going and copping in Bankhead Court. So we goes all the way back to the little town we was in. I ain't gonna say that name either, but it was, So we in the apartments. Man, I'm talking about that damn dime, I had made 60, was it 60 or $80? I don't want to say the wrong thing. I think it was more than 60 for me. All I know is I went back and I said, I'm not going to, well, it had to been, yeah. I made $80. I made $80 because what I done, I split it and boom, boom. I was like 20, 40. So I made $80. So goes back. It's like 12 o'clock midnight now. And it was the butter. It was butter dope too. Man, we went and brought some dope. The dude wasn't there no more. And it was some regular people out there hustling. And then I seen some of the same guys earlier that day. Younger guys. Man, them dudes, man, that was my first time ever getting gat, bro. Mother got me for $50, bro. Sold me some fucking Octagon soap, bro. I was like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? They got me. So we went back the next day. So when we went and hollered at the dude, he reimbursed, you know what I'm saying, with extra. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, man, don't never come after 12 o'clock midnight, bro. And we was like, why? He said, yeah. He said, we gone. He said, we going to the strip clubs and everything, bro. We ain't got time to be out here hustling all day. I was like, okay. So he taught me a valuable lesson. You know what I'm saying? Then I've got, somebody got me one time before, one time after. So I moved back to the little town where I was at. So one of my partners, I didn't know, he was younger. He went to school with my youngest brother. Man, I didn't know this dude hadn't got strung out, bro. They was like, yeah, man, he done started smoking. You know what I'm saying? But what he was doing was smoking in the cigarettes and stuff like that. He wasn't like straight off the can at the time. And bro, that joker came to me. He was like, yo, so-and-so, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, let me get a dime. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bet. So I put it in his hand. That was the first mistake I ever learned. And I've learned this. I put it in his hand. He looking at it, rolling like, hey, man. He's like, oh, man, that's pretty good right there. He said, man, he turned sideways a little bit. I didn't have my pistol then, but I wouldn't have shot him because he was raised at the same time. He was like, man, I'm sorry. And that nigga took off running, wide open. I said, I'm going to get you motherfucker. And then he hid from me. And he came on a Friday, and he swung back, and he gave me $20. I was like, dude, you shouldn't have done that, period, bro. You know what I'm saying? I said, what if I would have had the toolie or whatever, you know? But I wouldn't have done nothing to him because I knew him. I knew his family because I was raised there. But I learned my lesson. If I put it in your hand, we're going to be in the house. We in the trap house. We're not going to be outside. I learned that lesson. That was the first and the only person that got me. And I said, Well, the second, because the first time the guys in Bankhead Court got us. But that was the first time one of my a dude that I knew that we raised up with, they got it in Halltail, bro. That was so funny to me. But you couldn't, I was mad. You know what I'm saying? But I thank God I didn't have my pistol with me at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no telling what I would have done because of the rage I was in while I was hustling. Because it was like, by any means necessary, because the motherfucker would try to come and take it from you. But that's an old story that I stopped. Well, I didn't stop. God stopped everything, hustling-wise, everything that I've done. He took all that away from me. So when people say, oh, I got to go to rehab, you know, I got a testimony to tell you. So when I was hustling, I used to snort cocaine, right? Back then in the 90s, it was like you look on each corner, somebody snorting. Females, males, you know what I'm saying? You name it. So God took that. My oldest daughter is 21 years old. And I snorted. The last time I snorted, my youngest girl was 18 years old. So I haven't snorted in 19 years. I mean, my youngest daughter is 18 years old. She was a newborn baby. She was like probably a month old or 2 months old. That was the last time I snorted. And I had a family member told me, he said, he said, you done got married. You got you a nice little family. He said, man, you don't need to fuck with nobody like me. And when he said that, I'm like, yo, this is the wildest nigga in the street. You know what I'm saying? But when he said that, I was like, wow. Excuse me if I'm using the word, you know, nigga so much, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tone that down because, you know. But when he said that, I was like, yo. And so I always tell people that. I was like, man, guess who said something to me about whoop, whoop, whoop? And it was like, what? I was like, yeah, man, one of the worst guys in the street. You know what I'm saying? I said, when he said that, when he came and used to come and see me every day, me and my family, and he was like, yo, man, you got this thing together, bro. I like this, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, all it took for you to get out of Millen. I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, I said, God, bro, he blessed me, bro. And we went out to the club. We went to the club, and it was his girlfriend's brother's club. So we out in Cobb County at the time. And man, I'm driving, he feeding me, man. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm feeling good. I said, Lord, and I prayed about it when we got off. So the next day he came to my house after work. He came to the house and he was like, cuz, we were sitting out there talking. It was just me and him, man to man. He was like, cuz, he said, man, let me tell you something, man. He said, you got it good right now, bro. He said, you got a wife? He said, you got 2 daughters, bro. He said, you doing good up here in Atlanta, man. He said, bro, you don't need to be fucking with nobody like me, bro. He said, because I seen you get off and then you know what I'm saying, we went out. And, bro, when he said that, that was the last time. That was 19 years ago, bro. 19 years ago when I snorted cocaine. And I was smoking Black and Miles, and I stopped smoking Black and Miles 21 years ago. Because my oldest daughter, 21 years ago, I prayed and asked God to take the Black and Miles with me. Do you know I was smoking a pack of Black and Miles a day? There's no way you're supposed to do that. Everybody be smoking one Black and Miles, they puff, puff, put it out. Puff, pull it out. Pull the stem a little bit on it, you know what I'm saying? Burn it and stretch it so I can pull slow. Bruh, when I tell you, man, my God is awesome God. I don't care about nobody say they don't believe. I don't care. In the name of Jesus, he brought me a long ways, boy. You just don't know. He brought me a long ways, boy. Because you know, when you in them streets and you got that pistol on you, that tool, oh, you the baddest mother in the world. You bad. Nobody better not touch you, better not say nothing to you the wrong way, or they'll get it. You know what I'm saying? They'll get it. You know. So I'm just so glad. I'm just so glad, man, we voted. I'm so glad. Everybody got out and voted and made sure that we shut these people up. Now we got to keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Because one thing about them, people with power, they ain't going away quiet now. They ain't going away quiet. Now that was good, you guys. But that dinner there was like a little snack. God know I'm going to eat probably a bowl of cereal later on. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was good. Yeah, man, but that's what, one thing like I said, I noticed about young people, I don't care what position or what you do in life or whatever, I don't listen to nobody. I listen to people on the job. When it comes to work-wise, I'm going to listen to you. But when it comes to hanging out and all that there, or drinking a beer, and I don't drink, you can't convince me, hey, man, it ain't going to hurt to have one drink. You kiss my ass. Well, you know, excuse my language, but you know what I'm saying? You can go kiss somebody, pucker up to somebody else, booty, because you don't tell me what to do. Like, that's the work of the devil. The devil come in many disguises now. You know, I done had people, man, right in my face, walk off and talk about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that's a weak ass. They weak. When you do that, you weak. If you're constantly just somebody, you talking about somebody for no reason, they ain't do nothing to you, but you still have something to say out your mouth negative about them, you weak. That's just a weak person. You know what I'm saying? That's a weak person. So, yep. So, yeah, you guys, I'm finna watch me a little more news, see what's going on. But I'm just so glad that everybody in the states, they voted and they turned out. I'm so glad. I am so glad. And then in the one of the worst states there is, 2 Democrats picked up 2 seats. So that's good. That's a plus right there. Because you want to know why? People shut Trump and administration down. They shut them down. You know what I'm saying? They might agree with them about certain things, but when you messing with people pocketbooks, oh my goodness. Yeah, no. People feel a certain type of way. Because everybody, I don't care if you rich or whatever, you got somebody that's in your family that's poor if you ain't helping them. You got somebody that's in your family that's poor. Now, you got some family members or some people that are poor, and long as they got a family member that's going to help them, whatever, they look down on you. But you're poor. Why are you looking down on me and you're poor? You know what I'm saying? You know. So, just I'm glad y'all get out and vote. I'm glad y'all got out and voted. Now we got to wait on the next time to vote. Y'all get out and keep the same energy. Don't let this administration come and try to soften the little tone up a little bit just to get your vote. That's a trick. They like to trick you to get your vote. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying Democrats are perfect, but at least the Democrats, everybody know the Democrats will fight for the American people now. Everybody know that. The Republicans, some of them will, but a lot of them are so scary and ain't got no backbone now. They so scared that they'll lose their votes. Trump can't help you get no vote. What you think happened to Cuomo? Look at Cuomo, what happened to him? Trump endorsed him at the last minute, and then he gonna say, the first thing come out of his mouth soon as Trump endorse him, we're gonna make sure blue lives are safe. Bam, that's where you messed up at when you said that. You probably was doing good. Well, you still wasn't doing good or whatever, but you want to go by what he say. Oh yeah, we made sure we got you out. And then, where was it at? Was that Virginia? I'm trying to think which state it was. They showed a black man, a Republican, and they showed the both of them lost. Both the Republicans, and they showed the black woman. And when you look at both of them, I'm gonna get their names. When you look at both of them look like house Negroes. Both of them. Oh my goodness! When I get the picture, I'm gonna send it. I'm putting it on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and everything. They look like like they was working in a plantation. And they just gave them a suit. I'm like, oh my goodness! But those are the people we have the problem. Those are the people that are problems in our community. Black Republicans. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones in our community that gives us problems, because just like we had the lady in Atlanta, Georgia, she ran as a Democrat, and then within so many months, she done switched over and said, I'm not taking no order from Democrat. They want me to do this and that. But then she jumped to Republican. You want to know why? Because she already was a Republican. She voted Republican plenty of times, but she made you think she was a Democrat. Yeah. So now we got to make sure we do our research, because we can't put no jerks back in there like that no more. You know what I'm saying? We can't put no jerks back in there like that no more. And then she had the audacity to vote against Fonnie Willis too in Atlanta. Yeah, they was voting on something. I can't remember what it was. I would have to research it or Google it. But they were voting on something. I don't know if they were trying to get her to drop from off the case with Trump, because all the Republicans was in their little house in Atlanta, in Georgia, and she voted along with them. And I said, oh yes. And just like I told a lot of people, I said, oh, she was a Republican. She voted Republican, but she ran Democrat to get your vote. Yeah. So that's why we have to do our research and make sure they put who need to be for us. We don't want nobody that you know what I'm saying? We don't want nobody that's going to sell out and switch out on us. They play the role in front of us, and then behind closed doors, oh, I'm a Republican regardless, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't like them. I don't like them because they sell their soul. That's all it is. But I'm glad neither one of them won. Carry y'all butts back to the plantation. Go lick on some boots over there, the Republican Party. Don't even invite y'all to none of the ball little things. You're not paying attention. This man made his whole administration that stands behind him is white. White face. I don't care if they're Indians or whatever, it's white faces behind them. Pay attention when you watch him on TV or anything. It's white faces. Pay attention when you see the news people asking them questions. You know what I'm saying? On Air Force One. White people. He's slick. He's showing you that he's racist. He don't want no black people asking him no questions. He feel he shouldn't have to answer them. Answer them regardless. You know what I'm saying? He think they got a low IQ because they graduated and had to bust their butt in school, and he didn't have to bust his butt. He got wielded money. He got wielded so much and everything. He got to go to school. He probably ain't even qualified. And he loved to talk about smart black women talking about they got a low IQ. That's just a way of saying nigga. You know, excuse my language again. But that's their way of saying the N-word. Let's say that. That's their way of saying the N-word. They real slick with it now. You know what I'm saying? And they they brainwash a lot of people because a lot of people follow crap like that. They love it. You know what I'm saying? Especially the opposite color of us. Oh, man, you'd be surprised. A lot of them, they love it. They love it. And then I heard them saying a lie the other day. They quick to tell a lie. Oh, they want to take your guns. That's a lie. Jasmine Crocker just said it on TV. You know what I'm saying? Kamala said it on TV. She was like, Kamala, I'm sorry. She was like, I have guns. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to take guns from crazy people. They want everybody to have a gun because they know most people that are crazy, that live in the rural countries, they're crazy, they're mental. So they want to make sure they keep their guns and they want to make sure they vote for them. It ain't all about the gun. That's why a lot of you voted for him that been getting SNAP benefits. That's why it's affecting you. I ain't talking about, it's sad, but if you voted for him, I don't feel for you. I just feel for the ones that didn't vote for him that it's affecting. Let's get that straight. I ain't finna have no sympathy for you low lives no more that don't like my culture, and then you vote the opposite way, and then he's straight Tanner. He's ripping into y'all guys right now, just ripping into y'all. Woo-woo. Now, on TV crying. Then they making these fake AI videos, making it seem like the black woman complaining about the food SNAP benefits. Boy, y'all Republicans are sneaky. But you got people that are so dumb, they believe everything. Bruh, they tell you on the news like, yo, this man just put out 10 AI videos. Nobody want to listen to him. They don't want to listen to him. You know? They don't want to listen when people tell them that. Yeah, man, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad everybody turned out the ones that had a brain. Let's say that. I'm glad the ones with the brain turned out for the Democrats and let this man know you're not a king. We don't want you to be a king. We want you to do your little 4 terms and get the hell out. And we want you to just vanish in the wind. You know what I'm saying? But we got something for that administration, though. All you little administrations that think y'all are cool with war crimes, y'all want to kill. How's that? You think you could just kill people? Bro, you're going to be in a cell drinking. No, you're going to be in a cell rehabbing. That's what it's going to be. You think it's cool to kill people? No, y'all complain about everybody else killing somebody, but we in America, we killing people on boats. You know what I'm saying? Ain't proven that it was drugs on a boat or nothing, man. That's just straight murder. That's murder. And that's what this administration that's in there now, my God, our God, in the name of Jesus, he finna show y'all something. He just showed y'all during the election. He finna show y'all some more. Oh, y'all don't believe in him? He gonna show you. You gonna start when you gonna be like, Lord Jesus, help me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's just like a thug in the street. Soon as he gets shot, oh God, oh Lord. I mean, one of my partners got shot. Oh Lord, damn, dude, calm down. You just got shot in the leg. You know? But you know, that's what people do. They don't believe, they do all the dirt in the street. Then when they get shot, that's the first name they call. Cause you run around with everybody else saying you don't believe in God, but as soon as something happens, you believe in them all of a sudden. Because you want to know why? You always believed in them, but you was around that crew and you wanted to lift them up and say stuff like that. But yeah, you guys, it's time for me to take a break. I've been on live for 44 minutes. I'm going to start getting a little longer because I'm getting myself prepared because guess what? Boop, boop. I'm finna start me a podcast. Yeah. But I'm going to try, when I start the podcast, though, I'm going to let you guys know, you know what I'm saying, being that y'all be, following me or whatever. When I start the podcast, I'm going to clean everything up. I'm not going to say nothing crazy or reckless. I'm not going to use the N-word. You know what I'm saying? I gotta try to clean up. I just try to speak from the heart and from the mind. So now I got to, when you start a podcast, you got to kind of clean it up a little bit. and be presentable, because you're gonna have everybody gonna be watching. You have minors will be watching. So if I do curse or if I offend anybody, I do apologize. But I don't care about the other side if I offend them, because they doing stuff to hurt me. So you know what I'm saying. I just can't do it right now. God's working with me right now. He's working with me slowly. I'm trying to learn to forgive. I'm forgiving. I'm learning. But then when you watch the TV, it makes you upset for people to believe a lie than to believe a truth. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing. I just don't like to hear somebody just telling a bunch of lies, and then you sit there and be like, maybe he's right. No, he's not right. That's a lie. But you got people, and all the people that that supports him and all that there, pay attention to the age bracket. They show the age bracket. Majority of them is the older folks. They old and dried up. They already retired and everything. They got money buried or whatever. So yeah, of course they're gonna agree with him or whatever, because they retired, they got money, they doing this and that. You know what I'm saying? Just like they were showing one woman, some white lady came on TV, and the woman was like, yeah, I voted, I used to be a Democrat, white lady. I used to be a Democrat. I always voted Democrat. She said, but I had to vote for Trump this time because I wasn't making no money. My small business was drowning or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So then she said, she was telling the man, yeah, I just don't want to lose my business, my small business, so I'm voting Republican again. Yeah, so I bet she got egg in her face this morning. I bet you got egg in your face this morning. Yeah, because, you know what I'm saying, for one, you probably telling a damn lie anyway. You know what I'm saying? Your business probably prospering and everything. What she was saying, I can't raise my prices. Oh well, why would you still vote on this side if he's trying to get tariffs going? She just sounded crazy when she said that. So, but I'm glad God showed everyone his wrath. This is his wrath. Yep. So guess what? MAGA is finna die. They finna die right on down. They ain't gonna have their power is finna be gone soon. It's coming to an end for them. We finna shut that down. It's gonna be Democrats, Republicans, and independents. That's all it's gonna be. That's all it's ever been. We're not going with this MAGA no more. No, you stay over there. And anybody that runs and agrees with everything he say, we need to shut them down too. All right, you guys. Like, share, subscribe, and follow. And I keep videos coming. Sometimes I take a break, you know what I'm saying, because I just, you have to take a break sometime. But once I get this podcast, I got to figure how my day is going to work with the podcast. Is it going to be a weekend podcast? I don't know. I try to decide, or when I get off work every day, do like a little hour, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to decide. And if people can help me out and tell me, that's what I want to do. And then, eventually my podcast, I start getting a couple of people that concerned about voting and everything, and famous people or whatever, who knows, you know what I'm saying? I just leave it in God's hand. This is something that I'm destined to do. I always been, my daughter's like, Dad, why don't you just go live? You don't never go live that regular. And I was like, well, yeah. She said, and I was like, you know what? You right, sweetheart. She said, they can't see you. I said, you right. She said, ain't like you standing in front of a crowd of an audience and you like, you know what I'm saying, in front of them like, yeah, and all nervous and everything. And she said, go live, Dad. She said, just go live more. And now I've been kind of going live more and more, you know what I'm saying? Getting in that comfort zone, So, yeah, I'm trying to build this channel here. So, like, share, subscribe, and follow you guys, you know what I'm saying? M Reddick 69, that's me. M Reddick 69. That's MREDDICK 69. And let me tell you what people always say when I say 69. Well, I had a couple people, that's your position. No, I was born in 69. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? I was born in 69. But you know, people, it's a joke. It's funny to me because people, we always think our mind be in the gutter or whatever most of the time. So I get it. But yeah, you guys, y'all have a blessed day. Salute. Like, share, subscribe, and follow. Peace out.